Hi everybody, welcome to Miss Terry's 52 Cupcake Recipe Challenge. Today we are doing cupcake number 16 and it is the tiramisu cupcake. Yummy! Let's go ahead and get started. I did a little bit of prepping before the video. So first I actually baked my cupcakes, and the recipe for the cupcake I used was my basic cupcake recipe. So I used 1.5 cups of flour. I used 1 cup of sugar. I used a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I mixed the dry ingredients together, and then I put my wet ingredients in my KitchenAid. My wet ingredients were 2 large eggs, a half a cup of olive oil, a half a cup of buttermilk, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I mixed all of those up in here in the blender, and then I added my dry ingredients, mixed them up, lined my cupcake pan, 2 papers, and baked them at a 350 degree oven for 14 minutes. 14 minutes exactly I baked these. So then I took them out, let them cool. I hollowed out the center here because I'm going to put some yummy filling in there. But before I put the filling in, I went ahead and made like a liquid soak. So let me tell you how I did that, because we're going to brush this on top of our cupcakes. So remember, we've already hollowed the center out, okay? So for the soak, I used 3 tablespoons of Kahlua. It's a coffee liqueur, so if you can't find the Kahlua and you have a different coffee liqueur, go ahead and use it, but I happen to like the Kahlua itself. I used 2 tablespoons of a powdered coffee mixture. So I just found these, in my local store. They're the little packets, but it is the granular kind of just powder instant coffee, if you will. And I used 3 tablespoons of sugar, and I used 3/4 cup of hot water. You have to use the hot water because you want to melt the sugar and you want to melt the instant coffee mix that you've used. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and now that it's all mixed up and it's cooled, cupcakes are cooled, we're just going to go ahead and brush this on top of our cupcakes. This is going to give us that yummy coffee flavor, and we're going to really sink it in there too. I think I need a little more on my brush there. Yeah, that's what I want. So you just want to kind of soak the cake there. Okay, so I got like 4 up here I'm doing. Get them all decorated quick. Yum. So the more you put on, the stronger the coffee flavor is going to be for you. But you don't want to do too much because you don't want a soggy cupcake either. Just enough to kind of get it soaked in there. It's going to be good. Okay, so I have this on my cupcake. The next I made for the filling, I actually want to put in for my filling is a mascarpone. It's like, it says that it's made for tiramisu and more. So it's like an Italian, kind of like a cream cheese, but not a cream cheese. But it is like an Italian cream, and it is, it's good. So we're going to go ahead and do the filling. For this, I used 1 cup of the mascarpone. And tricky finding it is, they sell this in most grocery stores, but it's not where you think it would be. So it's not where the regular cheeses and cream cheeses and things like that would be. It's actually sold where your specialty cheeses are. So, like if you're looking for goat cheese or imported type cheeses and things like that, that's where you're going to find this. Okay, so not in your regular cheese aisle, but in your specialty cheese section, okay, of your grocery store. So I used a cup of this, and I used 3 tablespoons, again, of Kahlua, and I used 2 tablespoons of confectionery sugar. Is all I did was stir them up with a regular spoon in a bowl, whipped it up, and I stuck it in my piping bag for me. It is a sort of a stiff cheese. The condensed of it is sort of like a cream cheese. So the powdered sugar that you put in and the color that you put in sort of breaks it down and softens it up. So I'm going to go ahead and squirt this in the center of my cake here. And it's nothing fancy, so I just use the small round tip here on my piping bag. But I want to get some of this yummy goodness in the center of my cupcake. So again, with the color, you've got that other extra pop of coffee there, if you will. Okay, now for the frosting, what I did with the frosting was I took 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. I took 4 teaspoons of like this little gelatin stuff. And put that in it as well. And I put in 2/3 of a cup of a confectionery sugar. And the reason you have to use the gels because you want to end up with a really stiff whipped cream. So I whipped this up to it was all to where it kind of like balled and clumped up. It was really stiff looking and really firm. And the reason for that is because I put in a 1/2 cup of amaretto. So the 1/2 cup of amaretto is a lot of liquid. So that's why you need the gelatin added in it so that your icing still stays stiff. So I used, again, a 1/2 cup of the amaretto. So the flavor in this cupcake is really popping. You've got a lot, not a lot going on, but you got the right flavors going on, if you will. So I mixed all of that up together, but did I say? First I made the whipped cream, first for the frosting, sorry, I mixed the 4 teaspoons of the gelatin in and the 2 cups of heavy whipping cream and the 2/3 cup of the powdered sugar. Mixed those up first. Then when I went to, and made sure that was really, really stiff, and then I added the 1/2 cup of amaretto. When you add the 1/2 cup of amaretto, don't beat it or whip it again really high. You just want to give it a couple on the low speed, a couple beats, if you will, just enough to get the amaretto mixed in. You don't want to re-whip it because you're going to end up starting to break down your frosting. Okay, so I just, for this tip too, I just have like the it's like a, no, it's not so much straight. It almost looks like a little skinny teardrop tip because I want to get a really, I don't want a big puffy frosting top for this. So I kind of wanted to get it sort of flat, if you will. So I'm just going to take the tip and I'm just going to, or maybe I'll pick it up and just kind of maybe swirl around. You know, I don't want too much on it. I want it to be a flat top. So however you want to do it, go around, go in straight lines, but just get it nice and flat. Going to have a lot of flavors going on in here. Gonna be good. This was kind of fun and creative to do. I've never done a tiramisu before, so it was really interesting doing research on it. Okay. I'm not doing anything fancy here. I'm just getting it on. And it is nice and flat, so it looks good. Next I used the Hershey's cocoa powder, just the plain, natural, unsweetened Hershey cocoa powder here. I put it in a little shaker container for me. And just going to, you know, put the cupcake on here and just take it and shake the chocolate on here. And you can shake as much or as little as you want. Mine's kind of sticking to my thing here, but the chocolate on here is really, the flavor is really going to pop and be nice for you. It's going to be yummy. I can't wait to taste it. This is a tiramisu cupcake. Again, this is recipe number 16. We have 36 more to go. Next week, I think it is the rum cake. So I'm going to see if I can get a friend of mine over here. Her favorite thing is rum. So I'm going to see if she can get over here and make that cupcake with us next week. Thank you for joining in. Again, this is recipe number 16. This recipe goes in our box. We have 36 more to go. Make this. It's not hard. It's just a little bit of preparation. It's not hard to do at all. But if you like tiramisu, this is a must try. It's very moist. It's a very moist cake. It's going to be good. Cheers. Perfect. Yep, perfect. All the flavors and things get going on. Perfect. Tastes like a tiramisu to me. So yummy. Thank you for watching the video. It's a must recipe to try. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. See you for the rum cake. Thanks. Bye.